Hi everyone, welcome to the journey of maths with Sarah, a true lover of maths. Today I am back with one more video on trigonometry, trigonometric ratios of some angles, continuation, how to find the trigonometric ratios of 45 degree, 0 degree and 90 degree. We will discuss it one by one. First, we will prove the trigonometric ratios of 45 degree. In order to find 45 degree ratios, which type of triangle we will use? We want a right triangle of angle, acute angle 45 degree. So I am going to draw an acute angle. I am going to draw a right triangle of acute angle 45 degree. So let ABC be a right triangle and angle C is equal to 45 degree. Then what about angle A? Using angle sum property, this angle is 90, this angle is 45. So what about angle A? Exactly, that angle is also equal to 45 degree. Okay, now we are going to write the ratio. Before that, if this angle is 45, this angle is 45 degree, then which type of triangle is this? It is an isosceles right triangle. It is isosceles as well as right triangle. So it is an isosceles right triangle. That means AB is equal to BC. Since angle A is equal to angle C, AB is equal to BC. Let it be A. Okay, name BC and AB as A. Now, using Pythagoras theorem, what about the length of AC? Pythagoras theorem states in a right angle triangle, square of the hypotenuse is equal to base square plus altitude square. So we can write AC as root over AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So AC is equal to root over AB square plus BC square. That is root over A square plus A square. Root over A square plus A square is equal to root over 2A square, that is equivalent to A root 2. That means length of AC is equal to A root 2. Okay, now we got all the three sides. We can write the trigonometric ratios. I hope all of you remember the slogan, Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bol. Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bol. P by H, B by H and P by B. Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bol. Okay. Perpendicular is the same as opposite side and base is the same as adjacent side. We are going to write opposite side and adjacent side here. We can consider any angle because both of the angles are 45 degree. I am considering angle C. Means I am going to write trigonometric ratios with respect to angle C. Now what is sine C? We know sine C is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Here with respect to C, this is the perpendicular or opposite side and AC is the hypotenuse and BC is the adjacent side or base. Adjacent side or base. Then sine C is P by H, perpendicular by hypotenuse. That means A upon A by root 2. Cancelling A and A, we get the value as 1 by root 2. Now cos C. What is cos C? B by H, base by hypotenuse or adjacent side by hypotenuse. Okay. What is BC here? What is base? We can write base as BC and hypotenuse as AC. Then what is BC here? BC is A upon A by root 2 again because AC is A by root 2. Cancelling A and A, we get the value as 1 by root 2. Now, one more trigonometric ratio we need, that is tan. What is tan? Perpendicular by base. Yeah, opposite side by adjacent side. Okay, what is perpendicular? AB, base, BC, that is A by A, that is equivalent to 1. Now we got all the three trigonometric ratios. Sine 45. Now I am replacing C by 45. Cos C means cos 45 and tan C tan 45. We got all the three trigonometric ratios. They are sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2, tan 45 is 1 by root 2. Rest of the three ratios are the reciprocal ratios of sine, cos and tan. The reciprocal ratio of sine, that is cosec. Cosec 45 is root 2. It is enough to learn this much. No need to learn the whole thing. Okay. So cosec 45 is, what is cosec 45? I am going to write the reciprocals. What is cosec 45? Cosec 45 is a reciprocal of sine 45. Means 1 by sine 45 both. 1 by sine 45 or what can we write? Hypotenuse by perpendicular. Both are same. So what is the reciprocal of 1 by root 2? That is root 2. Now what is sec 45? Sec 45 is a reciprocal of cos 45. What is the reciprocal of cos 45? Again root 2. Now last one, cot 45. Cot 45 is a reciprocal of tan 45. Again 1 by 1, that is also equal to 1. So it is easy to remember the ratios here. It is in a particular rhythm. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1, root 2, root 2, 1. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1, root 2, root 2, 1. Sin 45, 1 by root 2, cos 45, 1 by root 2, tan 45, 1 by root 2. Rest of the three ratios are root 2, root 2, 1. I hope all of you are able to understand the values clear now. Okay. Now, many of the students ask me how to remember the values. I am telling you a technique. Okay. Don't just memorize the values. First, draw a small triangle like this and try to remember what I taught today. Okay. Now, it is an isosceles right triangle. This angle is 45. Since it is isosceles, both the sides are A and A. This is 45, this is 45. That is why it is an isosceles right triangle. And AC is A root 2. Then what is sine? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. So sine theta is 1 by root 2. Cos 45. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. And tan 45 is A by A. That is equal to 1. Always learn the ratio like that. Okay, don't just memorize. Draw a triangle and then write the values. Okay. Now I am going to explain the trigonometric ratios of 0 degree. Now look at these triangles. What happens to the trigonometric ratios of angle A if it becomes smaller and smaller and finally becomes 0? What happens to the trigonometric ratios when angle A becomes smaller and smaller and finally becomes 0? Okay? Look at this. BC is the perpendicular. BC is the perpendicular and AB is the base and AZ is the hypotenuse. Okay. Then what is sine A? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. Sine A is perpendicular by hypotenuse. What happens to the perpendicular? When angle reduces to 0, the length of the perpendicular or height of the perpendicular reduces and finally what happens to the perpendicular? Height of the perpendicular becomes 0 or AC coincides with AB. AC coincides with AB. Clear? Height of the perpendicular reduces continuously and finally it becomes 0 or AB coincides with AC. Okay. Then what about the angle? What about sine 0? What is the height of the perpendicular here? In the case of 0 degree, it is 0. It is near about 0. When angle approaches to 0, the value of the perpendicular also approaches to 0. So we can write sine 0 as in place of perpendicular we can write 0, and in place of hypotenuse we can write AB. So value of sine 0 is equal to 0. Value of sine 0 degree is equal to 0. Next we know what is cos A. Cos of angle A is equal to base by hypotenuse. What is base here? When angle approaches to 0, AC is equal to AB. When angle approaches to 0, AC approaches to AB. So what is cos 0? In place of base we can write AB, and in place of hypotenuse 2 we can write AB, because AB coincides with AC. So what happens? AB and AB cancels and we get the value as 1. Value of cos 0 is equal to 1. Next, tan A. Tan A is perpendicular by base. Perpendicular by base. When angle approaches to 0, what happens to the perpendicular? Perpendicular also approaches to 0. So what is tan 0? Tan 0, in place of perpendicular we can write 0, and base is AB. 0 by any value gives 0. So the value of tan 0 is also equal to 0. So we get all the three ratios: sin 0 0, cos 0 1, and tan 0 is also equal to 0. Rest of the three ratios are the reciprocal ratios. So what about cosec 0? Cosec 0 is equal to 1 upon sine 0, that is 1 by 0, which is not defined. 1 by 0 which is not defined. We can write it as infinity or not defined. Then what about sec 0? Sec 0 is the reciprocal of cos 0. That is 1 by cos 0. That is 1 by 1. That is equal to 1. Value of sec 0 is equal to 1. Value of tan 0 is 0. So what about value of cot 0? Cot 0 is equal to 1 by tan 0. Again 1 by 0 which is not defined, we can write it as infinity. So these are the trigonometric ratios of 0 degree. Sin 0 0, cos 0 1, tan 0 0. It is enough to remember this much. Now I am going to explain 90 degree, and actually I am forming a pair here. I have already taught you 30 degree and 60 degree. It is related. If you remember, sin 30 is equal to cos 60 and cos 30 is equal to sin 60. Why is it so? I will explain it later. Same signs we will pair 0 and 90 degree too. 45 is independent, whose value is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1. Rest of the values are root 2, root 2, 1. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1. It's enough. Now, sin 0 is 0. Again there is a rhythm. Sin 0 is 0. Sin 0, 0. Cos 0, 1. Okay. And tan 0, 0. Try to remember this much values. Okay. Now I am going to explain the trigonometric ratios of 90 degree. Look at these triangles. What happens to the trigonometric ratios of angle A when it is made larger and finally becomes 90 degree? What happens to the trigonometric ratios when it is made larger and finally becomes 90 degree? Suppose this is 30 degree, this is 60 degree, this is 80 degree. Then what happens to it? It becomes 90 degree now. It becomes 90 degree. What happens to the trigonometric ratios? We are going to write it. Now, sin A. Okay, this is perpendicular and this is base and this is hypotenuse, or this is opposite side. adjacent side and hypotenuse. We know sine A is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari bol, perpendicular by hypotenuse. So sine 90 degree is equal to, what is the perpendicular here? Perpendicular is BC, and what is the hypotenuse? AC. Look at the last triangle. What happens to BC and AC? A coincides with B. When A becomes 90 degree, the vertex A coincides with B. That means length of AC is equal to length of BC. Length of AC is equal to length of BC. So what can we write? We can write it as BC by BC, that is equal to 1. Okay, next cos A. What is cos? Base by hypotenuse. So cos 90, what is the base here? Base is AB and hypotenuse is AC. What happens to the base? Base decreases gradually and becomes 0. Base decreases gradually and becomes 0. Length of AB decreases gradually and finally becomes 0. So in place of AB we can write 0 upon AC. 0 upon any quantity is equal to 0. So the value is 0. Next, tan of angle A. We know tan is equal to perpendicular by base. So tan 90 degree is equal to, what is perpendicular here? Perpendicular is BC upon perpendicular by base. Base is AB. Okay. What happens to AB? AB reduces to 0. When A approaches to 90, A reduces to, length of AB reduces to 0. So what can we write? BC upon 0, that is equivalent to what? That is not defined, or we can write it as infinity. These are the values of sin 90, cos 90 and tan 90. Sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 0 and tan 90 is not defined. The rest of the three ratios are the reciprocal ratios of sin 90, cos 90 and tan 90. It is enough to learn this much. Rest we can write it directly. So cosec 90 is 1 upon 1. 1 upon sin 90, that is 1 upon 1, that is equal to 1. Sec 90 is 1 upon cos 90, that is 1 by 0, which is not defined. Okay, and last one, tan 90, cot 90. Cot 90 is the reciprocal ratio of tan 90, that is 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity, 1 by not defined is 0. So these are the trigonometric ratios of 90 degree. Now all the trigonometric ratios of this year is completed. We will make a table of it and try to remember this. Trigonometric ratios of 30, 60, 45, 0, 90. I am writing only the first three ratios. It is enough. I am grouping 30 and 60 because of some reason. We know the values, we have already learned these values. Value of sin 30 is 1 by 2, that is the same as value of cos 60, not sin 60, it's cos 60. Sin 30 is the same as cos 60 and sin 30 is the same as cos 60 and cos 30, value of cos 30 is root 3 by 2, that is the same as sin 60. and value of tan 30 is 1 by root 3 and value of cos 60 is root 3. Next, 45 degree, which is very easy to remember, nothing to remember. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1. Rest are root 2, root 2, 1. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1. Next comes 0 and 90 degree. Sin 0 is 0, which is the same as cos 90. We just proved it. Sin 0 is the same as cos 0. Sin 0, sorry, not 0 degree. Sin 0 is 0, which is the same as cos 90. Or cos 0 is 1, which is the same as sin 90. Okay, which is same as sin 90. This is 0 degree and this is 90 degree. Sin 0 is 0, which is the same as cos 90. Sin cos 0 is 1, which is the same as sin 90. Okay. Next, tan 0 is tan 0 is 0 and tan 90 is not defined. Tan 90 is not defined. This is the table. Hope all of you are clear with the trigonometric ratios of all these angles. If you have any doubt regarding this ratio, comment below. I will be back with the problems related to this ratios on my next video. Bye till next video.